Today I'm going to show you how to put together this ship called Storm's Edge. It's a new fighter. Spin it around here. And take it up off the workstand. You can see the design for this one. The ship itself has this long sloped cockpit. It comes out over a big railgun just underneath it. Some various other armament coming off the sides. Two wings with this kind of a support or strut detail here. The wings themselves are sloped down relative to the main body. Everything comes back, and the rear are sort of flowing back around these white slopes. You've got these wedge sections tapering in off the fuselage, and then coming together with some, I think, some pretty nice color blocking with the strong contrast between the black and the white around the wings, and in the rear here, two different types of engines. Conceptually something for suborbital or otherwise. And then these two engines themselves having these sort of baffles that come up around it. And you can see that here from the top, the cockpit has this kind of nice canted shape. It's faceted using some panels. And then the transition from the cockpit to the rear is kind of nice, I think. These inverted 75-degree slopes at an angle, and then coming back into these sections, which are also at an angle. So let's see how it goes together. For this video, I'm going to start with the super speed construction of the ship's subcomponents. After that, I'll show the main ship assembly in real time.
Speed up!
Now I'll put together the rear section of the ship, and we'll begin with this fuselage component which we made earlier. Let me just spin this around again, take a look. Okay. And into this, we're going to attach the wings. And these look like so. And we have two of these, and they will attach in on either side this pen into the rearward hole here on this Technic brick, and the supports will latch up like that. Do the same thing on this side. Then to make this nice and sturdy here in the back, we were first going to take a brick, 1x6 brick with a 1x6 plate, and snap that in, and that gives a lot of strength. Then here below, we're going to drop in a couple of these pins. Oops, we're going to take a too long lift arm first, and then two of these pins. These are 3 long pins with a stud connection on them. And then we'll latch across the top of all of this, so hitting all of these studs, a 2x6 plate. It's got a 2x4 plate and some cheese on it. Everything is now very strong here in the back. And we'll tack on a tile. Make a nice finishing touch. Now I'm going to bring out, for a moment, just a temporary holding stand. Which we'll put here. Oops, sorry, I put here just for a moment. Okay, get out of the way. Next portion to attach will be the rear engines, which we made earlier. It looks like so. Okay. So here into the rear section, and then we can take the engine, and this will slide in. Like this. And connect in. It's held by 2 studs, but moreover, it's held in, there's a series of those 1x4 panels that we put on the main frame are going to support this very nicely. And then we'll cap this off. This is just a stack of a couple of wedges, a 1x2 plate, and a plate with a handle on it. Go on top. And that is the completed rear section. Now I'll put together the front section of the ship, and we'll begin with this little frame, which we made earlier. And into this we will put the cockpit assembly, this component which we made before. And it'll connect in this plate to these 2 plates to these 4 studs. Like this, and then rotate up. And there are several things which are going to provide support to this to keep the cockpit at just the right angle. The first of those is going to be the gun, this railgun component we made before. See, like this. And this will sit in, for now, on 2 studs. Let's get a lot more later. We'll come back to cinch everything up. This is the gun portion. Then on each side of the cockpit, we're going to add these little bits, which we made before. And these slopes are going to fit in just the right angle underneath these panels on the side. It's a little tricky to get them in. And just cinch this up. This back into place. Okay. So, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. It's a mirror image. Very nice. Then to finish off this front bit, I have 2 of these long plates. I think they're 12 long, and they're stacked with 2 long cheese. And that's going to fit in to all the combination of the headlight bricks and those exposed brackets side. and this is just giving it a lot more strength, as well as a little finishing angle along the bottom. So that's the completed front assembly. Now we'll do the final assembly for the ship, and I'll start with this rear section, which I made before. One more quick spin around, and you can see that now back on the frame, there are 4 of these plates with door rails on them, which turn out to be very important. I think that is what is going to connect the rear to the front. So where the front section that we put together before has 2 of these bricks with slots. And so the rear will just slide into the front. It requires a bit of finesse. Channel. Okay. And once I do that, maybe you can see back in here, this cheese slope fits just perfectly on top of this tile with the grill that's on the hinge. The angles line up just very nice. It's quite snug. It slides in. And you can see then that these inverted slopes just hug the front of the cockpit. Everything is together kind of just so. It's very strong. I'm just going to latch the front to the back with these 2 studs. This is a small assembly of 4 of the slopes with cutout. It has a 2x3 plate and a plate with a door rail underneath it, a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 tile on top. And it was going like that. The rail, so I can pop it off easily later. And do the same thing on this side. Okay. Now we're all put together. For the final bit, I'm going to toss it on top of just a work stand. Here. So, and like this. Then all we've got left are these caps on the wings and these guns. The guns have very simple. It's this 2x2 plate with the round extension, has a cylinder and a cylinder tile on top. It's going into a headlight brick, a brick with side stub that has a plate in it. Then another assembly here with some pin joiners, a cone, and a little flourish for the gun port. And this will come in just on the side like that. Then to cap the wing, we've got this little assembly. It's a 2x4 wedge plate. There's a plate with a cutout on it. This is a modified tile with the 2 studs. Goes into a couple plates with a cutout, a 75-degree slope and a cheese slope on top. And that will connect in with 1 stud here, which is plenty to support it. And I'll just rotate it in to fit the exact perfect angle. Turns out to be just perfectly flush. And I'll do the same thing over on this side. And mirror image. All right. And pop it off the work stand. This is the completed ship. Here's the stand that I put together, and it's very similar to the ones that I usually do. It has these lift arms can be moved to adjust the angle. The top for this one has a couple of these jumpers, the bricks with 2 holes, and then some of these brackets holding the whole thing together. So, and that will fit in just perfectly. Toss the work stand. Slot into what I left for this here underneath the ship. Can go on top like that, and then like so. Spin around, and up off the stand.